Welcome back to another edition of Culture. I want to take y'all way back early into the roots. This gentleman here, J. Mayo Williams, nicknamed Ink because he signed so many of the first early, jazz, well, really blues towards the tail end of his career. He started to sign some jazz people, but he was one of the most influential music executives of the 1920s through the 40s. As an athlete, he was a standout at Brown University and was one of the first black players in the early National Football League. And this is before black athletes were later pushed out of the league during segregation. His real legacy came in music, where he became, as I mentioned, the first black executive at Paramount Records, the same Paramount that was, or that might be taking over, Warner Brothers. But anyway, he effectively helped build the race records industry, which was another way of saying black records, black music industry. Williams was a master talent scout and a producer who brought blues from the regional black communities into national circulation, helping to shape the sounds of early American popular music and laying the groundwork for rock, R&B, and gospel. So why he matters most, he was the first black executive in the mainstream recording industry. He's the architect of early blues commercialization. He discovered and recorded foundational artists in the genre. He helped transition blues to a early rock and roll sound. He ran multiple labels, Black Patty, Ebony, and Harlem, and publishing companies, and was one of the most powerful gatekeepers of black music pre World War II. Pardon me. Some of the artists that he worked with, Williams either discovered, produced, or recorded Ma Rainey, which, if y'all not familiar with her, there's a Netflix movie that dropped, I think, last year, which had Chadwick Boseman, Viola Davis, who, of course, played the legendary Ma Rainey. Y'all should check that out. Blind Lemon Jefferson is another artist. Tampa Red, who I believe is the gentleman whose hit was "It's Tight Like that he performed. You could check his video out on YouTube. I ain't want to play a bunch of these musical snippets on here. They already be trying to hit me for playing one snippet of one song, so I didn't want to go through all that. But anyway, some of the other artists: Jelly Roll Morton, Thomas A. Dorsey, King Oliver, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Now that's another one who we're gonna have to do a separate standalone episode on. This sister is pretty much the mother of rock and roll. Everybody wants to point to Little Richie and Chuck Berry. She predates them in the timeline. But because she was a woman, she wasn't really given the shine and credit that history should have given her. We also got Louis Jordan and, of course, the famous Muddy Waters. So many of these artists became foundations of blues, jazz, gospel, and early rock music. And then, of course, some of his hits that he helped produce or popularize was "It's Tight Like That," performed by Tampa Red and Georgia Tom, which was a major blues hit. Karina, which was a early blues standard. Mayo, he was also credited as a co-writer for that particular song. You have original Stack O Lee Blues, the early version of Stagger Lee. You have Lordy Lordy Blues, which was performed by Papa Charlie Jackson and had early commercial blues success. And then, of course, the last one here, Drinking Wine, Spody, OD. later R&B slash rock precursor. So these records help define blues structure, storytelling, and rhythm that influence rock and roll. So J Mayo didn't he wasn't just in the room, he built the room. He bridged the black southern music and the national market. Um, he helped turn raw blues into recorded history. At the same time, he moved through segregated systems as both a black athlete breaking barriers and as a music executive shaping culture from behind the scenes. So that's all I got for y'all today. But I just wanted y'all to, have that little gem, J. Mayo Inc. Williams, first black exec, first black player in the NFL. Next time, holla at y'all. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment.